Mr. President, it pains me to say that almost every day brings a news story of reported scandals and a long list of failures and abuses within the Department of Veterans Affairs. The latest scandals are particularly painful to me because they emanate from Texas, and we have a proud tradition of being a state that contributes one out of every uniformed military member from our state. And of course, we have a huge population of veterans, people who've worn the uniform of the United States proudly and sacrificed and risked it all. But just like the scandals in Fort Collins, Colorado, Phoenix, Arizona, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and other cities, the ones in Austin, San Antonio, Harlingen, and Waco are evidence of a callous disregard for the health and well-being of America's heroes. The new information comes from a pair of whistleblowers. The first one, a VA scheduling clerk named Brian Turner, told the Austin American-Statesman that his supervisors at the VA facilities in Austin, San Antonio, and Waco were directing him to falsify appointment data in hopes of covering up the problem of long wait times. Meanwhile, the former Associate Chief of Staff at the Harlingen VA Healthcare Clinic, a man by the name of Dr. Richard Krugman, has gone public with a series of disturbing allegations. According to the Washington Examiner, which interviewed Dr. Krugman, veterans seeking routine colonoscopies, cancer screening in other words, at the Harlingen Center were forced to endure extremely long wait times, and in some cases they were denied those cancer screenings altogether. As a result, up to 15,000 patients, veterans all, who should have gotten colonoscopies either didn't get them or were examined only after long and unnecessary delays. Dr. Krugman believes that some of these veterans actually died as a result of the lack of cancer screening and addressing their symptoms. He also told the Examiner that an office secretary deleted about 1,800 orders for medical tests or other services to eliminate a backlog that threatened a certification inspection from an outside group. Sadly, these allegations fit within a larger pattern of VA abuses. At VA clinics across the country, reports have been made that staffers and administrators have failed to provide veterans with reliable access to medical care and have fraudulently concealed long wait times. Given all these examples, they're not just an individual data point, but connecting these data points, it appears that the problems with the Veterans Administration are systemic. What we have here is nothing less than a betrayal of our nation's veterans and a betrayal of the American people, all of whom deserve to know the truth about what their government is and is not doing to support our American heroes. And of course, we've heard in Phoenix that this betrayal has had tragic consequences, with an estimated up to 40 people dying after lingering on a secret wait list, never receiving the treatment that they were entitled to. We still don't know exactly how many veterans have died or otherwise suffered because of the VA's associated assorted failures and abuses, but we do know that it's disgraceful and unacceptable for even one veteran to needlessly die or suffer because of bureaucratic malfeasance. The evidence of such malfeasance is now growing, of course, and the only questions are, how can we get our veterans the care and support they need in the fastest possible way? And what is the best way to restore genuine accountability and genuine safeguards within the VA system? Whenever I think about the ongoing VA scandals and the broader set of facing America's veterans, I think of an annual tradition that we have down in Texas. Every year on Memorial Day, I host young Texans who are being sent off to their service academies. These are inspiring young men and women. Anyone who's feeling a little bit uncertain about our nation's future needs to meet these young men and women who go to our service academies, because they are the best of the best and are an inspiration to me. So this is a wonderful event and easily one of the highlights of my year. But yet I can't think of how badly the VA is failing not only our current generation, but tainting that promise of our commitment to the next generation of our military service members and then veterans. The generation that's now preparing to embark for places like West Point, Annapolis, Colorado Springs. These young people should be given not just a promise, but an ironclad commitment that after serving our nation with honor and courage, they'll get the support that they've earned and that they deserve. Anything less is just not acceptable. Mr. President, I yield the floor.